What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. Man, I don't know if anybody, I don't know about how many people been paying attention to this mess. Floyd Mayweather going through with Al Heyman and Showtime, where I think he's suing them for $340 million or something like that. And you know, when Floyd first, I don't know exactly when Floyd started dealing with Al Heyman, but I know it was somewhere around the time when HBO and Showtime or whatever was where HBO and these fighters was going through whatever they was going through. And Floyd always Al spoke about Al the man, Al this, Al that, Al this, Al that. And next thing you know, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence Jr., Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, damn near all the top, I would say, what was they, welterweights at the time. Adrian Broner. I don't know how, well, I do know how, but we're going to get to all that. But I do, if y'all remember correctly, all these guys was Golden Boy fighters. Keith Thurman was Golden Boy. Spence was Golden Boy. Danny Garcia was Golden Boy. Thurman was Golden Boy. Sean Porter was Golden Boy. I think Sean was Golden Boy. Don't quote me on that one. Mikey Garcia. Damn, it was a bunch of these motherfuckers. Mikey Garcia, the Charlo brothers. Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather did a hell of a job of raiding Oscar De La Hoya's fighters and just took all his damn fighters from him. I don't know how he was unaware. I think maybe Oscar was going through his little issues, with whatever. But somebody didn't have a motherfucking eyes on the road, because you looked up and next thing you know, Al Heyman was the financial advisor for all Golden Boys fighters, and they started that PBC shit. And once again, out of all the top welterweights at that particular time, it was only one that didn't go with the rest of them. That was Terence Crawford. He didn't fuck with Al Heyman. He said, he did his own thing, and a lot of these guys might not like me saying this shit, but you know, back then, well, a period in boxing, it's been a lot of that follow the leader shit. And whatever Floyd Mayweather did, now these guys have talked all that bullshit about Floyd and woo woo. A lot of people did, but Andre Berto, he went with PBC. But all them guys, I really believe if Floyd Mayweather wasn't with Al Heyman, he wouldn't have got them fighters. I think all them dudes went that route because Floyd went that route. I really believe that. Whatever Floyd do in boxing, everybody else come behind him trying to do the same shit. The 24/7, Floyd started that. Now Ali started the gift the gab, but Floyd and Roy Jones had the gift the gab. So the shit talking part, that's always been in boxing. But Floyd did, he just made some of the stuff like the exhibitions. There was always exhibitions in boxing, but Floyd took it to another level when he fought Conor McGregor, and he was making $100 million and shit like that for exhibition. That shit is unheard of. Well, I don't know. Conor McGregor wasn't it wasn't a exhibition, but it really kind of was. That dude ain't no damn boxer. And you could tell in the ring that night, Floyd carried his ass all them rounds. And then when he got through, was tired of playing, he got him the fuck up out of there. But the bottom line, Floyd made a lot of big moves in boxing, and all the moves he made, he praised Al Heyman. To me, it looked to me like he respected Al Heyman way more than he did his own father. Even right now, looked like Al done robbed him, just really fucked all the way over him. But do you see him cussing him out in public like he did his own father? Sometimes karma is a motherfucker, because I had never been more ashamed of somebody I don't know in my life when he did that shit. You know, I can't even watch it. When he did that shit on HBO and cussed his father out in front of all them people and kicked him out of the gym like he did, I saw the hurt in his dad, you know. And when you know, without me, your ass ain't doing none of this. Floyd dad is the one who brought him up in boxing, taught him how to fight, had him running the miles when he was a little kid, giving him exposure to all those professional, elite level fighters. He knew George Foreman, Sugar Ray. He knew all these people, Purnell, from a kid on up, getting in the ring and sparring with these guys. That's all because of his father, not no motherfucking Al Heyman. And look who he gave look who he gave more, and he gave Al Heyman more respect than damn near anybody that's in his circle. I think another mistake Floyd made was breaking off the friendship with 50 Cent, because I really believe 50 said it before, the way Floyd was spending money, he wasn't going to be able to sustain it. I really believe at the time 50 was, was trying to be, was his friend. And I felt like it was a good friendship because they was both rich. So it wasn't a case of nobody sponging off no motherfucker, nothing like that. Like a lot of times it be. And Floyd, it could have been both of them, but their ego shit just fucked up a good friendship. And I really believe had Floyd and 50 Cent stayed close friends, 50 would have pulled Floyd coat on this shit with his money and made him pay more attention to his money, because he obviously gave Al Heyman access to his money. It looked to me like Al Heyman had damn no more access to his money than he did. I'm just, that's just me kind of, saying shit, but to a degree I mean it, because when I listened to a video where Boxing Eagle was reading the actual lawsuit, it wasn't nobody's opinion. And you could just see where Floyd had a lot of trust in this man. He really did. I mean, trusting this man with millions of dollars. And this betrayal right here got to hurt Floyd more than anything else, because he done went out in front of the whole world and just praised this man over and over again. And now I guarantee you, Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, all of them, they got to go look at their motherfucking shit. Yeah, I guarantee you, there's a bunch of other fighters saying, well, damn, if he did Floyd like this, let me look at my shit and see if he's stealing my bread too. And I mean, it's real sad when your so-called brother is smiling in your face and reaching in your pockets. And it looked to me like what happened was, a Harvard-educated man seen an uneducated guy with all the talent in the world that don't know nothing about managing no money and shit like that. Floyd did not know nothing about that. He couldn't have known when he was 16, 17 years old, boxing, 18. And between, Jay Prince was there, I think, first, but what nothing but sharks coming out there, and ain't nothing worse than a motherfucker smiling in your face, playing you like you his son, and all the time treating you like his bitch. Straight up, I guarantee you, Floyd is hurt more by the betrayal than he is the money. Seriously, a guy like Floyd that had money since he was a teenager. I mean, since he was a grown man, he been rich, especially as far as black people concerned. The man been rich his whole motherfucking life, and the last maybe 20 years, or I know since right before HBO switched to Showtime, he been praising Al Heyman, Al this, Al that, Al this, Al that. Earl Spence followed Earl Spence, Al, everybody to my house, Al this, Al that. Al a snake and high weeds looked to me like he a snake and high weeds and running around this trimming these motherfuckers up because they ain't got no education. And he did the same thing Don King did. You played the color role. Don King got a lot of guys like that, because they wanted to trust him because he was black. And a lot of them probably felt the same way with Al. Okay, not only is he a good, he know his business, but he black, so that that made a lot of motherfuckers probably take their guards down when they should have had them up even higher. That's sad to say, and I really hope this shit ain't for I really hope this is Floyd just reaching. I would feel real bad just for Floyd Mayweather if this motherfucker that you done praised, like damn near like he just to big up this motherfucker every chance you got. Done sit up there and trimmed your ass 6 ways from Sunday. And now you gotta go take his ass to court to try to get your money back. That's some fucked up. That is a terrible situation to be in when you have publicly praised this man. I mean, he really have. I mean, he showed this man more love than he showed his own pop in public. And then now this shit happened, this motherfucker been handling you. Man, I know Floyd really, I think whenever he found this shit out, I think what hurt him the most is if Al had anything to do with this, that's what hurt him the most, because he trusted this dude. And shit, he got finessed. And I tell people, I don't give a fuck who it is, when it's people that's greedy for money, and when that big money is on the table, a motherfucker might do anything. You got to be real careful who you fucking with when you dealing with them big numbers. I'm telling you, I done seen it my whole life. Hopefully, Floyd can get whatever he got coming from these motherfuckers, and hopefully that's a lesson learned for the rest of these young guys that's out there dealing with him. It ain't nothing wrong with having a black promoter or financial advisor or something like that, but make sure that ain't the only reason you doing it for because he look like you. You gotta make sure you got the best man for the job that you can, and I'm not trusting nobody with money like that. Ain't gonna be no trust here. This shit gonna be business to the end. You can't do the trust thing when it come down to millions and millions of dollars. Everything gotta be in writing, cause a motherfucker will steal that money, especially that big money like that. Sometimes people just can't do right. But Terence Crawford was the only one out of all them top guys who was like, man, I ain't fucking with this dude. Who would have, I ain't fucking with that. Man, every move Bud made, for the most part, it didn't make sense in the beginning when it looked like, damn, man, this dude, wasn't nobody saying his name except diehard boxing fans and the fighters. But the public had no fucking idea who Terence Crawford was, and he fought his ass off longer than he probably would have otherwise, and in the end got all his just due, got all his respect, and actually corrected the sport on his way out the door. Terence Crawford is a bad motherfucker, and he deserves so much credit for this sport and the fact that it's going back to the old days. We got to give all that credit to Bud Crawford. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, like, subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.